Welcome back to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. All right, you're listening to CEO Money with Jack Stewart. Action Jackson is his blog, and we got a new tab up on the website, Gap and Go, just for Jack Stewart to put up his stuff and talk to us about what's going on with the markets. I'm looking at it. Looks really nice. Jack?
Hey, how are you, Michael? Thanks for having me back.
You're welcome. All right, give the audience just a little background on who you are, what goes on with your blog, and then let's talk about a couple of stocks that you've got in your portfolio for today.
Okay, well, after graduating from University of Notre Dame, which I like to mention now because our football team has finally gotten the proper respect it deserves after trouncing the USC Trojans. Pardon that terrible plug, Michael.
That's okay.
But anyway, after Notre Dame, on to 3 years as a supply officer in the U.S. Navy, and then started my career with Dean Witter and Company out in Los Angeles, and eventually became the co-manager of the Westwood office there. So for 15 years, it was all about stocks and bonds. Then I moved to a small boutique firm in Beverly Hills called McDonald, Krieger & Boyer. They were the first firm to ever use Merrill Lynch as a clearing firm. So a smaller, kind of creative firm under the umbrella of the big old Merrill Lynch. So I've been with those white shoe kinds of firms. But at McDonald Krieger, I learned a lot about trading and some of the lower priced issues, more volatility. And that kind of did it for me. I got fascinated, and ever since, I've been looking at the charts and figuring out how do you trade stocks instead of just buying them and holding them. So that's kind of the rundown. Does that make any sense?
A lot. What stocks are you looking at recently, and let's talk about those.
Well, I designed, after 10,000 trades on a day trading basis where you go in with no positions, you take a position, you sell it before the day's over, and you wind up with cash. After looking at tens of thousands of these trades, I decided I want to be in the gappers. And a gapper is defined as a stock that, gapping up, let's say, it closes at a price on Monday and opens on Tuesday at a price considerably higher. And there's no continuity in the price. There's instead a gap. So let's say today, one of the ones we were looking at gapped up 47 cents on a $3 stock. That's pretty significant.
What's the symbol?
Well, that one is SNES, and the name of the company is Sinestech, and surged 21% to $1.95 after the company disclosed that Univar will be marketing and selling ContraPest. This is a big deal for them, Michael, because they're a developer of proprietary technologies for managing animal pest populations through not traps, but fertility control. So think very scientific instead of the old method. Right. So the stock was up to $195. Later on, it really started to catch on. It went to $327 as traders spotted this during the day. Now, my robot that I've designed automatically triggered into a buy at $1.75, and then I peeled some off at $2.77 and peeled off some more at $3.12. So that was a pretty successful day, and the high was about $3.50 on that stock. So we got a good part of that move.
Got it. I'm looking at a 10-minute chart, high $3.47, currently $2.90. Okay, what's next?
Nice. Mm-hmm. Now, the next one we had was a pharmaceutical, so popular these days, pharmas and biotechs. This one is called KalVista with a NASDAQ symbol of KALV. Shares were up from, about 12% to $12.59 because of their 13D filing that showed Longwood Fund now all of a sudden has an 8.7% stake in the company. So the Gap and Go robot gets in it at $12.41. And I got up early today, Michael, because I was going to be on the show, wanted to prepare for it. So besides the robot, I did a trade manually. So the robot bought it at $12.41. I followed right after that at $12.42. I sold mine manually at $12.78. And guess what? Let's have a laugh. Once again, the robot outperformed me, as it usually does. It sold its position at $12.89. I got out at $12.80. They got out about $12.90. So,
and it kept going to $14.46.
I think I'm a fairly astute day trader, but I've designed the robot to do even better, take the emotion out of it.
Yeah, it did. Well, it kept going to $14.46. All right, next one.
And the last one was a real small one. I usually don't go this low. It's called One Horizon Group. It's a pretty interesting little European company headquartered in London, and they do a lot of business in Ireland. The NASDAQ symbol is OHGI. Stock's up 30% to $1.31. In a recent article I spotted asked this question: is the third time the charm for One Horizon Group? They mentioned that One Horizon Group shares are making their third run since the beginning of September. And the company has a nice connection with Microsoft in the VoIP technology. And also I spotted that recent insider trends have caught the attention of traders because there's a lot of insider buying. Always a good sign, don't you agree, Michael?
Absolutely.
So the Gap and Go robot rode this one for a 12-cent gain. 12 cents, not much, but my robot is designed to buy $3,500 worth of each issue that it enters. And I can change that at some point in the future to a little higher because I've been doing well. But it rode a 12-cent gain with about 3,000 shares, so that's pretty good. Pretty good day.
Right. You have done a remarkable job. You sent us Helio Matheson, lots of other companies. We're going to
Overstock, don't forget, at $30 that went to $38 in 2 weeks, and that's because we spotted the move based on their entry into the whole blockchain and cryptocurrency field.
Yes. Well, what I was going to say,
some good ones.
What I was going to say is we're going to have Todd Sonoga is going to reach out to these companies that you've had great track records with, and see if we can bring those CEOs on the show and talk to us and about why their management is making these stocks move higher, what they're doing to make more money for not only the shareholders but the people that are trading.
You're right. I mean, I spot the price action, but behind an upward price movement is always ultimately some good management decisions.
Got it. We've got to end the show for now, but thank you so much for being on the show, Jack. And also, let everybody know, Gap and Go tab for Jack's blog on our website. Thanks, Jack.
Thank you very much, Michael.
You're welcome. You've been listening to CEO Money with Michael Yorba, your host, and my co-host, Ed Baxter. I've got David Williams running the stock market, markets to watch. We'll be back tomorrow with more great content for you. Show brought to you by Tycon Partners. We'll be right back tomorrow. More great content just for you. Thank you.